It looks like he's playing
scientist, maybe
like Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, or something like that. I heard
he might be. Who was Hugh Jackman in The Vampire Hunter?
Oh, what do you mean Van Helsing?
Oh, you mean Van Helsing? I heard he might be Van Helsing.
Oh, that'd be weird.
Yeah, wouldn't that be interesting? Yeah,
my mind's blown. Like,
yeah,
I honestly don't know.
That's gonna be weird. Yeah, we don't. That's what the thing is. Like a lot of the trailers have been kind of iffy, and we haven't seen really too much, which is kind of good.
Yeah,
because I feel like we've seen the trailer, but I don't know, man. Like if they're trying to do this because Dracula Untold is a part of this universe. I know they said it wasn't a part of it, but that's the reason they took it. There was a part of it. It was supposed to kick it off, but then they're like the reactions from it were like not that great, so they're like, let's make The Mummy our first one,
right? Which
has been kind of like iffy. So it's like, I don't know, man. This is definitely a big question mark for me. But what do you think, Mike?
I think you hit the nail on the head. The pro is definitely Tom Cruise. If you want an action movie, you put Tom Cruise in. I mean, he's got the action movie career that any action star or actor wants, right?
Yeah.
I mean, longevity. Just bring in the crowds. Like, that's Tom Cruise. Like, he does his own stunts. I think there was a whole podcast that I listened to that was like, what stunts can Tom Cruise do next?
Yeah.
I mean, literally.
Swimming with sharks.
Right. He's probably already done it. Who knows?
Probably.
But, so, definitely a pro for me. I think Sophia Boutella, Russell Crowe, like, to your points, all great pros. You know, I don't know if I want to see a universe built off of this yet. I think we'll have to see. I don't know. You know, I don't know.
I feel like Dracula Untold was there. Let's see.
Yeah.
And now Mummy is like, let's see.
Right.
Like it's like, come on, like what's just make it like
they
be
don't
proud
know.
of it.
But I will say a pro is the trailer didn't give away a lot. We're asking these questions, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah.
But can say that's also a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
I can't speak for Jesus yet.
Yeah.
But for me and for you, it sounds like so far, the trailer hasn't sold us on. Is this is definitely a movie we want to see. This is a great looking movie. Let's go see it. So I don't know. I don't know.
You're torn.
I'm at that point of
Yeah.
Let's wait and see.
Yeah,
that's the best way for me to explain it. How about you, Jesus?
For me, it's honestly it's just like you guys. You know, I don't know. Like it's a reboot of the original Mummy, and that was not. I mean, that was released like 15 years ago, 20 years, maybe.
I think it was like
early
late 90s, right? Or
yeah, it was early 90s,
yeah.
or late 90s, early 2000s. And honestly, it has good star power. You know, like you guys said, Tom Cruise, Russell Crowe, Sophia Boutella. The story, you know,
we don't know anything.
Yeah, it's a moto in the waters. We don't know anything, which is, to me, it's like you guys said, good thing and a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
The special effects, of course, we're in this age now where special effects, you know, looks realistic and can sometimes look amazing. I think that will be a huge draw. Like, I think they can do that pretty good or pretty well, whatever you say. And like, honestly, Tom Cruise, like, I'm a little back and forth with him. Like, I like some of his movies, and then I don't like all his movies. Like, that one movie, Edge of Tomorrow, is probably one of my favorites that he's done. Mm-hmm. That and Top Gun. But like, now it's just like, whenever I see Tom Cruise in a film, I'm like, oh, okay, we'll see. And then, like, you know, it's honestly, I don't. It's so weird.
This movie's
It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not too much yet. It's like maybe when we get a little closer to it, then we'll start seeing maybe like a little bit more pros, more cons. Like right now, it's just a question mark, which is, I guess, like we said, like it could be a good thing and a bad thing, but it's like a wait and see.
Yeah, I don't want to release too much information on it.
Yeah,
because like then the movie will be spoiled and everything. So. Yeah. I actually like the fact that like I don't know that much about this movie, you know.
Yeah, and maybe it's Tom Cruise and the material. Like, how often do you see Tom Cruise and a mummy? Like, those two don't fit. It's Tom Cruise in action, and Tom Cruise in sci-fi, and Tom Cruise in police,
doing everything.
Or you know what I mean. So, and maybe that's what this is off-putting. Tom Cruise and magic. Like, you're like, whoa, wait a minute, that's different.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's definitely weird.
Yeah, but for me, it's gonna be honestly no rush, no crowd. Like, I love the first Mummy. When I was little, I watched it. You know, it was good.
Yeah, the Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, and then but other than that, like, I just think it's too soon to do a mummy movie.
You liked the Scorpion King, didn't you?
Dude, of course, I had The Rock.
That CGI scorpion that he fights.
Yeah, and he eats a scorpion also.
Yeah, he eats it, turns into a scorpion. I think
that's what we gotta do to look like him. But yeah, for me, it's no rush, no crowd. Mike, what do you think?
I'm gonna agree. It's no rush, no crowd.
Yeah, I think we'll agree on that one. It's a no rush, no crowd. Nothing's catch me yet to like want to go see it opening night, and nothing's made me say, okay, this is total trash. So it's like, we're all meeting in the middle.
Yeah.
So I think we're good with that. What's next?
All right. And I think this next movie is going to be our most anticipated for the summer.
Yes.
It is Transformers: The Last Night. It'll be released on June 21st, 2017. Directed by, of course, Michael Bay.
He's Bay.
He's Bay.
The GOAT.
You mean Michael Bay?
Exactly.
Bay the Bay.
And it's pretty much, humans are at war with the Transformers, and Optimus Prime is gone.
Of course.
Yeah.
He's gone. He was killed again.
Of course, he's going to be gone for the whole movie and come back at the end. But the key to saving the future lies buried in the secrets of the past and the hidden history of Transformers on Earth. Now it's up to the unlikely alliance of Cade Yeager, of course, Mark Wahlberg, and Bumblebee and an English lord, Anthony Hopkins, and an Oxford professor, Laura Haddock, to save the world. Elvis, what are your thoughts?
This movie is probably going to be a pile of garbage, like they have all been since maybe the first one was. I liked it the most. I mean, it kicked it off, and it was something different, and Shia LaBeouf was not that bad, but
he was awesome.
Yeah, he was pretty good in it. But
Dude, Mike loves Shia LaBeouf.
I mean, the funny thing is, Michael Bay, like the last movie he did, which was 13 Hours,
great movie.
It's a great movie, and it looks like for him to take a movie seriously, it's got to be like based off of a real event.
Yeah,
and of course, Transformers, it never happened. So he knows that these movies are going to just bring in like truckloads of money.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like, nobody cares about story anymore with these movies, so they're just like, all right, let me just see all these effects. Let me see, like when you look at the screen, you're just like, what's going on right now? It just looks like a bunch of, like, buildings crashing into each other, So it's, I mean, a pro, man, what is a pro of this movie?
Bro, be honest, if there's no pros, there's no pros.
I want to say Optimus Prime? Like, the guy that plays him, I forgot his name. The guy that does the voice, like
he does so many voices.
He does so many voices. And I would say maybe Optimus Prime. I mean, he's been likable in all the movies.
Yeah, exactly.
But the cons, man, like I don't even know where to start. Like it's literally like the movie. Like let me show you the movie poster, and I'll be like, all right, this is like the whole movie is a con. Mark Wahlberg, this is like clearly a paycheck for him. Like he just did Patriots Day, and now you're seeing this, like which is like total like it's so crazy with these movies that they just. Where it's like you feel like they deserve more care.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know, man, like they just don't care about them anymore. So it's just like let's get money in. It's a summer blockbuster. That's what's literally here for. But what do you think, Jesus?
What I think honestly there's Michael Bay, like when he did 13 Hours, it was a great movie and you can tell when he's passionate about something. For Transformers and the Ninja Turtles, you can tell he doesn't care. It's mainly just for money. And for Transformers Last Night, he definitely wants to appeal to younger kids, which is fine. But, I mean, the way it was executed, with the trailers and all that stuff, you can tell one of the big things for me for Transformers is I want to see Transformers. I don't want to see kids and pretty much the humans pretty much fighting, whatever. Like, I don't want to see them as the main storyline. I want to see Transformers fighting each other, bro. I want to see Decepticons and Autobots. I don't want to see Grimlock used as a puppy.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what he is. Grimlock is badass. And they use him as a puppy in this in all the trailers. I'm like, in the last movie, they used him as like a dog, as a horse. And honestly, like, I just wish like Michael Bay would like just give the reins to somebody else so somebody else can take care of it. Nostalgia can be a good thing and it also can be a bad thing. In this case, it's a very bad thing. He's using this property to like, appease, pretty much little kids. And I guess, like, if you want to take your kids to watch the movie, that's great. But for me, this movie's a dumpster fire. This movie's going to look terrible. They released everything in the movie already in the trailers. There's a scene where, in the first trailers, you have Bumblebee fighting Optimus Prime. And, of course, Mark Wahlberg steps in, like, oh, I'm going to stop Optimus Prime. Like, come on, bro. This movie for me is trash. But, yeah.
Are you going to see opening night?
I'm going to say it opening night just because, that's what we do. But honestly, for the audience...
we're not doing... We're going to base it off if we were doing it. Like,
you're right.
Yeah.
As an audience member, I would not even watch it.
Yeah.
It's dumpster fire for me. You know, Mike, what do you think?
My pros actually. The only reason I would actually even go see it is because of Mark Wahlberg. That's probably the only pro I could find in this movie. Ever. I mean, that's it. And even that is a strong statement. Michael Bay movies are actually entertaining. They're most people's like dirty secret movies, you know what I mean? Where like, oh, I'll watch a Michael Bay movie because it's on TV and it's entertaining. But at the end of the day, they're not great movies. You're like, okay, they're entertaining. A list of cons. I think you guys hit the nail on the head. A lot of ways. The only thing I can add to that is the trailers gave away some key things. Optimus Prime went to strike and kill Bumblebee, and they showed him grazing off his head. Yeah. Like, really? You need to show that? Like, also, they changed tactics with the trailer. First, it was like this girl, and it was all like girl power in one trailer, and like, all right, that's kind of a weird feel. And then the next one, it's is Optimus Prime actually bad or not? So like, I didn't like how much they gave away. For me, that there's just too many cons. My other con was, what other storylines can you tell with this? Really, now we're to the point where Optimus Prime is a bad guy. Like, that's where we're at now. You've done too many movies at this point. Cut it out. Let's just wait. Give it 10 years. Do a reboot with a new director.
Tell you, bro. War for Cybertron. They need to do that. War for Cybertron.
Yeah, take it off the planet. Bring in like the construction bots. Bring in the Dino bots. Bring in something else. Like, there's so many storylines with Transformers that you can build from. There's so much of the source material. Use it. Bring it in. Like, there's no reason to be making up some crazy lame storylines. Like, there's just no reason for it. So for me, honestly, I will go to it because it's a summer blockbuster. It'll probably be entertaining. It's definitely the end of No Rush, No Crowd. Maybe 4 weeks down the line when it's, you have nothing else to do.
Yeah. I'd probably say the same. No rush, no crowd. Like wait until like the last day it's in theaters. Maybe go like on a Tuesday and get that discount. Yeah, get that. Yeah, this is definitely a movie that's. It just doesn't catch my attention. I'm just tired of this franchise already. Yeah. I just want it to be over.
I mean, Michael Bay, he can make good movies.
He can make good movies, but you can tell this one is just like where he's like, all right, let me get this paycheck and let me get this the studio the paycheck because this is what they depend on. But I don't know, man. I'm just tired of these movies, and it's time for an end. We're gonna have to strike. We're gonna have to go on strike, man.
It's time for him to do good movies.
Who are you cosplaying as though for the movie?
Myself in the back of the studio, in the back of the theater, so nobody sees me and I'm embarrassed.
Don't do that, man.
Put my glasses on.
Yeah, but all right.
So moving on.
All right, move on to the next movie. We have Baby Driver. Its release date is June 28th, 2017. Director is Edgar Wright, and he also wrote the screenplay for this movie. And synopsis is, talented getaway driver Baby relies on the best of his personal soundtrack to be the best in the game. After meeting the woman of his dreams, Lily James, he sees a chance to... Excuse me, reading off my notes. He sees a chance to ditch his shady lifestyle and make a clean break. Coerced into working for a crime boss, a.k.a. Kevin Spacey, Baby must face the music as a doomed heist threatens his life, love, and freedom. Mike, what are your thoughts?
You know what? I think great cast of actors. Kevin Spacey, you can't say enough about. Great cast all around. I think the fast-paced trailer makes it look like it's going to be a fast-paced movie. It's probably going to be a very entertaining movie. For me, I think this is going to be a sleeper hit. I think this has potential to really be a sleeper hit, where you're just not expecting it. It's going to be amazing. I don't think people will go out and support it. I just don't. That's unfortunate. I think it really has potential to be something huge. At the end of the day, I will say I think this topic has been covered so many times by so many actors. One of the things I think, we've seen it before. You've seen it in Transporter. We've seen it. I think even Ryan Gosling's done one of these movies where he's the driver. I think
it's a good movie. Yeah, I like it.
It's a really good movie, right? I think even Paul Walker did one where he's a driver, right? I think
Fast and Furious.
No, well, no. Yeah. Actually, yeah, Fast and Furious 2.